Season 3 of Just Be You After Dark with Mahogany Reynolds is on fire. A live virtual experience like no other.
Hello everyone, my name is Seth Witcher and this is Just Be You After Dark. Stay tuned.
What's up, everybody? Happy New Year and happy birthday to me. This is your girl, Mahogany Reynolds, and I am so excited to see you tonight. Thank you for tuning in for Season 3 debut of Just Be You After Dark with me, your host, Mahogany Reynolds. Now, let me tell you something. 2020 was a rough year, wasn't it? But you know what? There were also some wonderful things that came out of that year. For one, if you're watching this video right now, that's the first wonderful thing that happened, honey. You made it. So we got to celebrate that right there. And I am celebrating my birthday. And so I feel very blessed and very grateful about that. So many other wonderful things are in store for 2021. But we don't know when this COVID situation is going to be over. So in the meantime, I will continue to do my show here live in my virtual room. This is my home studio. And although I would really love to do my show live in public like I used to, I'm always thinking about the safety of everybody and the safety of myself and my family. So I decided, you know what, Mahogany, just keep the show virtual until things get a lot safer. And then, honey, when I do my show live, watch out. If you've ever been to a Just For You performing arts production, I'm telling you right now, they are absolutely amazing. Every show is sold out and we have a wonderful time. But in the meantime, let's have a wonderful time right here, shall we? Thank you so much for tuning in. I always tell my guests, when you're in the virtual lounge, please let me know so that I can shout you out and acknowledge you either during the show or at the end of the show. But I really want to acknowledge you as best as I can. And I also want to let you know if there's anybody that's celebrating their birthday in the month of January, please put that in the comment section so that I can wish you a happy birthday. All right, so let me tell you about my guest. Now, if you watched Just For You After Dark last year in 2020, this young man was on my show at that time. And he, in my opinion, is a star. Everybody has their own definition of what's a star, and everybody has their own definition of what famous is. I don't care about anybody else's definition. I only care about my own. This young man is so talented. And the most thing that I like about him is that his heart is genuine. He's very down to earth, he's very charming, and he has such a bright and beautiful personality. His name, Seth Witcher. Now, I came across Seth music when I was just looking for some fresh music to listen to, when I was looking for an artist that I felt would be a great guest on my show. And I reached out to him, I reached out to his manager. Long story short, he was on my show last spring and he did such a wonderful job. And I said to him, I want you to come back. I really want you to come back for another episode of the show. And so he's here tonight. He's in the virtual building. So he's going to be joining us from Allentown, Pennsylvania. Now, if anybody's familiar with Allentown, is part of what is called Lehigh Valley. And Lehigh Valley comprises of a couple of different cities within this area of Allentown, Pennsylvania. And as far as I'm concerned, Seth Witcher is the star of Lehigh Valley when it comes down to music because his sound is so different. He has such a beautiful, perfect pitch tone to his voice. And his personality is just so bright. And I think that in the midst of everything that we've all been dealing with, the COVID virus, the drama and the stress of the election, people losing their jobs and their homes, children not being able to engage with their friends and having to learn how to learn distantly and virtually, all of these different things that we've been forced to cope with. When you hear some music that lifts you up and makes you feel real good, that right there is a gift. And I think Seth Witcher is a gift to the world. Now, normally an artist would have to put his career on hold when a situation like COVID comes up, right? I mean, how are you going to perform in a situation like that? Well, let me tell you something about this young man. His hustle and his drive and his loyalty and his commitment to his craft is so deep that he actually performed more last year than he did the year before that. And that's because he's committed. See, a lot of people say they want to be something, they want to be an artist, they want to be a model or singer or whatever the case may be. But you got to put in the work. And if you're not willing to put in the work, you're not going to get any results. And so, with this guy, I'm telling you right now, he's been in Music Fest, which is this big music festival in I think they do it at Steel Stacks in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. And then he's performed at bars and he's been at nightclubs, maybe nightclubs, I'm not sure, but lounges. And he's been on television so many times. I can't even remember every television interview he's done. He was in a magazine spread because he definitely has the face of a model. So he's been interviewed and he's been performing. And he also has a new single that's going to be coming out this year. So you are in for a treat. I'm going to talk to Seth and pick his little brain about all of the wonderful, juicy things he's been doing. I'm going to also tap into his heart and talk a little bit about love and relationships because, after all, this is Just Be You After Dark, a relationship, intimacy, and self-awareness show, honey. I like to go deep with my guests and talk about things that you probably wouldn't hear them discuss on anybody else's show. So, without further delay, I want to introduce you to my special guest on this episode of Just Be You After Dark, Seth Witcher. I want you to sit back. I don't know about you, but I already have my cocktail, my Chardonnay, and I am ready to be, swept off my feet by this young man's beautiful voice. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for being in the virtual building. And I really do appreciate each and every one of you. Seth, I'm going to start your video and let's get this party started.
Hi, Mahogany.
Hello, Seth. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year and happy birthday.
Oh, thank you so much. What a great birthday gift you're giving me by being my first guest for season 3 of Just Be You After Dark. I really appreciate that.
No problem. The pleasure is literally all mine. Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you, seriously. Yeah.
So your first song that you're going to sing for us tonight is called The Rainbow Connection. I can't wait to hear that. Tell us about that song.
So I'm going to sing The Rainbow Connection. You probably wouldn't expect me to sing this song. It literally Kermit the Frog sings it in one of the Muppet movies. It's a song you would not expect me to sing, but I love it because if you really listen to the lyrics and if you listen to the words, it's really talking about humanity just connecting on one level. And I really feel like that's important, especially now. You know, things are starting to get better, but there's still a lot of, just a lot of strife and hurt people, negativity, and all that kind of stuff. And I really like singing this song when I perform live, just because it speaks to me, and it's really it's a beautiful, beautiful song. So I want to sing it for you guys. Yeah. All I have to say about it.
Oh, that sounds good to me. I can't wait to hear it. Ladies and gentlemen, you are watching Just Be You After Dark with me, your host, Mahogany Reynolds, and I'm thrilled to introduce my special guest, independent artist, and an amazing person, Seth Witcher.
Why are there so many songs about rainbows? And what's on the other side. Rainbows are visions, but only illusions, and rainbows have nothing to hide. So we've been told, and some choose to believe it. I know they're wrong, wait and see. 'Cause someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me. Who said that every wish would be heard and answered when wished on the morning star? Somebody thought of that, and someone believed it. But look where it's gone so far. What's so amazing that keeps us stargazing? What do we think we might see? 'Cause someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me. All of us under its spell. We know that it's probably magic. Have you been half asleep? And do you hear voices? I hear them calling my name. Is this the sweet sound that calls the young sailors? The voice might be one and the same. I've heard it too many times to ignore it. It's something that I'm supposed to be. 'Cause someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me. 'Cause someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Love that. Love that. Seth,
Thank
let's get into this interview so we can talk a little bit about what you've been up to and
Yeah.
what your plans are for this. And I want you to just let your hair down, just be you. People want to get to know you, honey. So we are going to have a serious conversation, but we're also going to have a lot of fun too. So I don't want you to take yourself too seriously.
Gotcha.
Oh,
I'm down for fun.
good. So like I said at the beginning of the show, 2020 was difficult. Some people couldn't wait for 2020 to be over because it was so stressful.
Yeah.
But you, on the other hand, you were able to find ways to keep yourself creative and keep yourself busy. So out of all of the things that you did last year, tell me one of the things that was the most special, something that you will never forget.
Like as far as like performing?
Yes.
Okay. I think a really, really, really cool thing that happened was there's like a local cable TV service where I live. It's called Service Electric, and they had a holiday concert series. So for the holidays, they wanted to have some musicians come into the studio and sing some Christmas songs, and they were going to air it on TV. So they reached out to me, and you know, this is in November. They reached out to me and they asked me to perform for them. So you know, for me, it was something that was kind of like I'm used to, right? But I wasn't expecting to walk into the studio and to see literally like a whole North Pole setup. So when I got in there, there was like fake snow, there was like Santa's sleigh, presents everywhere, and like they had a guy in the back like actually having fake snowfall while I was singing, and that was like really cool. It was really cool. Because like I just remember I remember like just my first gig, you know, and I remember people not liking it, and to go from that to you know, now being asked to perform on TV and on such a nice set, it's just like it was just a cool little milestone thing for me. So yeah, that was really cool.
Oh, that's awesome. I love what you said about when you first started off. So some people have like this fantasy of quick fame, quick success, and I'm going to get on right away and I'm going to be a big hit. And sometimes it just doesn't work out like that. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. I love the fact that you said that when you first did your first performance, people kind of sort of liked it, but kind of didn't. But that didn't define you, and that didn't stop you.
So I'm gonna tell you right now, like those, they did not like it. Some people wanted to get me kicked out of the bar. Like, yeah, no. I appreciate what you said, and I totally agree with you. I obviously, like, I don't know if it is obvious, but I would like for things to happen faster than they do. But I know that, you know, if you go anywhere without a foundation, it's not going to last. And what I want is an empire that will last. So I will work for that foundation, and I'm not afraid to do so. So however long or however it needs to take, it's going to take it, and that's fine. I'll be fine. Like, you know, because in the middle of all of it, like, I'm learning how to be a better artist. I'm learning, I'm learning, and it's all about the journey. It's not really about the destination for me. So, I'm just grateful.
That's very smart. And I know that you are going to have a long career because you have that wisdom already. And that's important to have that, because everybody wants that instant microwave, warm it up, get it while it's hot kind of career, because they want that attention. That's really what that's all about. People are hungry for attention a lot of times, and they're not really thinking long term and longevity and having a kind of career like somebody like, oh, I'm really gonna go back. Somebody like Smokey Robinson, who's been who had a career that spans so long. You know, Lionel Richie, those kind of artists that continue to touch people, Patti LaBelle, people like that understand that it's not about that quick fame, that you got to really work and you got to build your craft, like you said, and get better at what you do. Now, I personally think that your music is very transformative. You sing a lot of different kinds of music. What's your inspiration behind your music, Seth?
Well, when you say my music, are you talking about my personal music, like the new stuff that's coming out?
Yes, your personal music.
All right. Well, the inspiration is actually like rock, hip hop, new hip hop. With my music, I really like the newer sound. I love the emotion behind rock. I love the beats and the percussive elements of the newer music. But where I think my music is different is my music is very thought provoking. So it's not. I don't think of it as like party music, though party music isn't wrong, but I don't think it's not just like one level, you know, like you have the beat, you have the cool stuff, especially with my new song that's going to be releasing soon, but you also have a message behind it, something that will make you think, and you know, I'm really just talking about my own life, so in a way that I haven't really heard in music, and I think that's what sets me apart a little bit.
I would agree with that. And I think that's important. We need stuff like that, you know. We've had enough of the we all need some party music, but I'm a house music type of person. So quite frankly, I don't know what kind of party music is out right now because I don't listen to it. I'm just being transparent here. I'm a throwback, go back to Detroit, 1992 house music. If I want to dance and party, people who watch my show afterwards and sometimes will dance, that's where I'm going, house music. So that's to me what party music is. But I hear what you're saying, and I do agree with you. I think that music that is thought-provoking, that also sounds good, is kind of like a perfect relationship. It's kind of like a cake with the perfect kind of icing on top.
Well, yeah, but you also like when it's thought provoking, like you can't be cringy, like, and that's the biggest thing with my lyrics and everything. Like I make sure I am not cringy because that just defeats the purpose. Because I want to make like I consider myself a mature person. I think I'm pretty mature for my age, and I want to translate some of like my thoughts and like how I feel about certain things into music in a way that's digestible by everyone, and so if you're cheesy with things, then it won't be easily digested. So you have to, there's a lot of thought that goes into it. But yeah.
Nice. So Seth, when you were say 9 or 10 years old, what did you dream of being when you grew up?
When I was 9, I wanted to be a master Lego builder.
Really?
Yeah. When I was younger, I was homeschooled, and pretty much all I did was play with my Legos, sometimes play on my guitar, or like read. That's what I would do. And so I was very creative, and I just loved Legos. I loved how you could just, put two seemingly different objects together and make something totally like new. And so, I wanted to do that for a living. So that was what my dream was. And that's actually why I went to college a little bit for engineering, because I figured, okay, master Lego builder, you might not make a lot of money doing that. So instead, why not build robots? Because robots are cool, So that's what inspired me to kind of do that and to try it out. It didn't work out, but that's where the inspiration came from.
Well, you know what? That's a great inspiration. Now, you were in school. Are you done with school? Are you still in school?
I'm still in school. I am a senior at Kutztown University. I go there for marketing now. Since I've decided to do music full time, I figured I should get a degree in something that'll help me with my music as well. So that's what I'm doing now.
That is so smart. I really respect that, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of young people, they're shying away from going to school because they don't want to rack up student loan debt, they say, and they don't really understand what's the point. But I think that going to school is amazing. It has a lot of benefits. And you know what? Yeah, you may need to take out a student loan here or there, but it'll pay itself off in the end, and the work that you do, it doesn't matter how long it takes you to pay it back. Don't worry about that. Stay in the moment and concentrate on what it is that you're trying to accomplish. I think it's smart for you to get a degree in marketing because, you are your own best manager. You are your own best agent. And I think that even when you are represented by an agency or you're signed to a label or whatever the case may be, nobody knows Seth like Seth.
But I think a couple of things. One, kind of going back to you're your own best agent and manager. I think it's better to, in my opinion, I think it's better to say like no one knows me like I do, and no one cares about me more than I do. That's so like when it comes to music or anything that you do, like you can't expect somebody to push you or to promote you or do whatever if you're not doing that and more, because nobody cares if you don't care. So you have to be the one to care. So I agree with you on that point. And as far as college goes, I personally do not think that college is necessary. That's probably not what you want to hear, but I don't think it's necessary. I'm actually doing college because I started. I got 3 semesters in, and I have it instilled in me, just, my upbringing and stuff. You start something, you finish it. And I figure, might as well finish with something that'll help me. So I turned it around, it would be nice to have a degree on my wall. I really think that's all it's going to be, just a degree on my wall. But, I think that through all of it, just like, kind of pushing through and getting that degree anyway, I'm learning something that'll help me character-wise, But nowadays, you really don't need a degree to be successful, because all the information that you really do need is on the internet. It's literally right in your hands. Like, you got this, and you're set. So, all that really is your own desire for knowledge, I guess. So if you have the desire, you can really learn anything. But yeah, that's that. I'm making it work. I'm making it work.
That's what you're supposed to do. Make it work. Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. I mean, some people need a little bit more structure. There is a lot of information out there to gain and get on your own, but sometimes it's helpful for some people to be either virtually in a classroom or physically in the classroom to help them stay focused. And having that degree is something that, it feels good to see it and have it and frame it and everything like that. And I'm hoping that you actually will do something with it. Maybe not now, but maybe when you're older. You just never know what you may do. You may start your own multi-million-dollar entertainment company. You never know what can happen, honey. Don't worry, I'll interview you when you get to that point. We'll find out what you did with that degree.
Oh yeah, that'll be exciting. That'll be exciting to see.
Who is your biggest supporter?
Who is my biggest supporter?
Yeah, who's your biggest supporter?
Definitely my parents. Sorry, I know that that's not one person, but I would have to say my biggest supporters are my parents. It's interesting, and I tell my friends this too. I'll tell anybody this. Follow your heart, no matter what it is. I really do not care what it is, but follow your heart, because when you do what you want to do, initially people might not see it, people might not understand. But when they see that you are really wholeheartedly doing something, then they respect you more for it. And that's what happened with my parents. And now they're like my biggest fans, biggest supporters. And I'm really blessed and honored that, my parents care as much as they do. I know a lot of people don't have parents that care. So I'm very grateful. Yeah.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Your parents are a team. So, it doesn't have to be more than one person. I asked you that question mainly because, nowadays, a lot of people in your demographic are feeling unloved, unsupported, misunderstood, not heard. And so they're kind of like looking for some, like you said, a foundation. How important it is to have a foundation. And I asked you that because I think it's important for people to hear that you have someone that's supportive of you, so that will encourage other people. Sometimes the support doesn't come from your immediate family. Sometimes it could come from strangers. Sometimes it could come from a teacher. But as long as you have somebody in your corner that's rooting for you, that's cheering for you, that believes in you. But then, real talk, some people don't even have that.
Yeah, sometimes you don't have any support at all.
Right, and you have to be your own supporter.
Yeah, that's like literally what the majority of people have to do. I had to do that initially. Everyone has to do it. Like when you start out on your own business endeavor, whatever your dreams, no one is going to support you. And if they do, they're just saying it because they're not the one who's putting in like the time, the money, all of it, the blood, sweat, and tears. Like you are the one who's doing it. So like you have to support yourself. And you're gonna fail, I fail every single day, but it's not about like how you fail, it's just getting back up. Like literally, like Thomas Edison, for instance, he made like 1,000 different light bulbs before he found the one light bulb that everyone uses now. But nobody talks about all the other times he failed because that's not relevant. All that's relevant is that he succeeded that one time. So like failures, they're gonna come and you just have to accept it. But don't like be discouraged. You know, it's hard, but don't be discouraged. And then once you keep going, then people will start to like really support you because they see that you are doing something, you know, and people want to support people that are doing something and following their own light, whatever that is. So
Very true. Good advice. How'd you get to be so wise? Where's this wisdom come from? How old are you? You were 21 when I interviewed you before. Yeah. How old are you now? 22 yet? Or did your birthday?
Still 21. I
When
turned
is your
22.
birthday?
Yeah, I turned 22 in February 12th. So
Your birthday is coming up right around Valentine's Day. How? Wow.
yeah,
Look
wow.
at that.
Yeah. What could that mean?
What could that mean?
What could that mean? Yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, my birthday is like 2 days from Valentine's Day, so I'll be 22 at that point.
So do you have any plans? You thinking about what you might want to do to celebrate your birthday? I stayed indoors. I didn't want nobody coughing and sneezing on me on my birthday. So I celebrated at home. What are you going to do?
You know, I really have not thought about it. Most likely, I'm going to be in my room making music. Or I'll probably go out to eat or something like that. But yeah, that's probably like one of those things I'm going to be doing, making music or eating.
Nice. Sound good to me.
Like
write a lyric.
Yeah, no. Like I like my life. I feel like my life isn't that exciting. Like I'll work on music, I'll eat, and then I'll go and perform somewhere, and that's it. And then I sleep. I just sleep, and that's it. So like, it's not something crazy. I'm not out here partying, jumping off a building or something. You know.
Good for you. Don't start doing that either. That's just absolutely ridiculous. So I asked you, what did you want to be when you were like 9 or 10, right?
Yeah.
So if you could sit down and have a conversation with your 15-year-old self, what would you tell him about believing in himself and pursuing something that he really wants to do?
I would say follow your heart. It's really cliche, but it's really accurate. Like, follow your heart, because I believe that we have like something spiritual inside of us. We have something that is more than we know, and I think that part of us kind of knows the way. So I would just say follow your heart, follow your gut, trust your gut, and don't stop. That's what I tell myself.
That's beautiful. That's advice you can keep telling yourself for the rest of your life, because it's timeless advice. Beautiful. So Seth, you have a new song that's going to be coming out this year, and the title of the song is called "The World Is Falling." So tell us a little bit about that song. And ladies and gentlemen, you are in for a treat, because he's going to perform that song for us. I told you this is going to be a very special episode of Just Be You After Dark. Not just because it's my birthday, that's one thing, but the fact that we survived one of the most difficult and challenging years in history. And I just want to make sure that everybody gets this. Even though things did not go exactly the way you wanted them to do last year, the fact that you are here right now is a blessing. Can you please embrace that and start thinking about what it is you want to accomplish this year? All right, because Seth, he's not sitting around waiting on nobody. Okay, he's making his music, he's eating his pizza, and then he's taking a nap.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
Music, pizza, nap, in that order.
Yes, this new song is gonna be. We wanted to release it at the end of this month, but so we're gonna push it back probably to my birthday. So we're gonna release it then, and then we're gonna release a new song every month after that. So this is like we're breaking out. This is the breakout single, I guess. I'm so tired of just not releasing music, and because I've been working on all these songs and I just want to get them out. Because of COVID, I wasn't really able to. But now we got some things squared away, so we're able to get some stuff out. This song I'm going to sing for you, it's called "The World Is Falling." This is the acoustic version of the song. Um, it's more like a rock inspired song. I love it, but in the song I'm basically I'm really talking about like depression and like how I felt when I was going through a really rough time, suicidal thoughts, all of that. Um, because I think it's important. I think it's important to talk about. A lot of people they take negative emotions and things that are really very real that people feel and just kind of sweep them under the rug and cover it with a happy song or a smile or whatever. And like I think that that's very detrimental. I think that we need to acknowledge our feelings, talk about them, and just embrace them honestly. So yeah, it's called "The World Is Falling," and I'm gonna sing for you the acoustic version. Yeah, hope you enjoy. They say I'll never change, forever feel this pain. Just know I don't wanna feel this way. This is my home. The world is falling and I'm screaming out, but yeah, I'm fine. I see them chase me, try to erase me. Guess that's all in my mind. Shut me up, it's cold outside. Anxious much, yeah, that's my life. But I wanna hold on to you tonight. I wanna hold on till the daylight. Suicide, suicide, I've been holding on at night. I don't really want to die, but I can't be alone at night. I've been holding on at night. I don't really want to die. The world is falling and I'm screaming out, but yeah, I'm fine. I see them chase me, try to erase me. Guess that's all in my mind. I'm holding on to you tonight. Help me feel good on the inside. Just one more chance to see the light. I'm holding on, I'm holding on. They say I'll never change, forever feel this pain. Don't wanna feel the same, let me go. They say I'll never change, forever feel this pain. Don't wanna feel the same, let me go. The world is falling and I'm screaming out, but yeah, I'm fine. I see them chase me, try to erase me. Guess that's all in my mind. I'm holding on to you tonight. Help me feel good on the inside. Just one more chance to see the light. I'm holding on tonight. I'm holding on tonight. I'm holding on tonight. Just want to see the light. I'm holding on tonight. Yeah.
Okay, that was absolutely beautiful.
Oh. Thank you.
You are so talented. I just love it. Those lyrics are beautiful. I respect the fact that as a man, that you are not afraid of your damn feelings.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you're
No,
a young man too. And I think that
yeah,
that's wonderful. I think
thank
that's
you.
wonderful. Bless your heart for that because, not for nothing, just for you after dark. Okay, let's be honest. Most men do not like talking about their feelings.
Mm.
They'll yell and stomp and punch a hole in the wall, but they're not going to tell you how they feel. And so I really admire that and I respect that. And I think that song is awesome. Will you please make sure you tell me when the song comes out so that
I
I can
will.
support it and maybe get permission from whoever I need to get permission from to play it on the show. So make
Yeah,
sure I drive more attention your way. That's a beautiful song.
thank you.
Love it. Yeah.
Thank you
Ladies
so
and
much.
gentlemen, if you are just joining us, you are watching the season 3 premiere episode of Just Be You After Dark with me, Mahogany Reynolds. It is my birthday, and what I wanted for my birthday was a very special guest, and I got what I wanted. Seth Witcher is an independent artist from Allentown, Pennsylvania. He is absolutely adorable and extremely talented. And every time I compliment him, he smiles, which I love. So I do it often because I love his smile. It just lights up the room. And I want you guys to really sit back and enjoy this conversation that we're having because we're talking about the music industry, we're talking about life, we're talking about feelings and emotions. And he sang for us, and who knows, he may sing one more time before it's all over if I can talk him into it. But we are having a wonderful time this evening. So, Seth, let's get back into this conversation. Now,
Mhm.
I want you to talk to me a little bit about how your music marries your life. Like, in terms of how does your music influence the choices that you make with relationships? Because a lot of times, an artist and their relationships either they go together very well, or sometimes they clash. So how do you balance your music and relationships?
Well, honestly, when you say relationships, are you talking about like relationships like with a girl or with a loved one? Or are you saying like friends? What do you?
Well, good question. So let's go over all three of those because they're all distinctly different kinds of relationships. So let's
Mhm.
start with your friends. How do you balance your relationship with your friends? For example, I know you personally to be a hard worker. So
Yeah.
sometimes people may feel like, well, gosh, Seth is always busy. He's always making music. He don't have time to go to the club and get turned up. He don't want to hang out because he's talking about he got to write a song and then eat a pizza and take a nap. How
Mhm.
do you balance your friendships and your career?
Okay. Well, I treat pretty much everyone the same. Music comes first. That's it. Music comes first. So, if I'm working on music, then I don't have time for you at the moment. But when I'm taking a break, or whatever, then we can hang out if I want to hang out with you. you know,
Right.
that's how that works. So now if it's like a girl I'm into or whatever, I make more time. And when I say I make more time, like when I'm taking my breaks or when I'm relaxing, I'll hang out with them more. But my friends, they understand. You know, the friends I have, I can literally count on my hand. Um, I don't let a lot of people into my like inner circle like that. And so the people who I do let inside are real, genuine people, hard workers too, and they have their own dreams and goals and whatever, so they get it. Same thing with any girl I'm into. Like, I'm not into people who are just, who have like time on their hands. I'm into people who are actually like following their own dreams and goals and aspirations and stuff like that. So it's not really that much of an issue actually.
That's wonderful. That's smart. That's
Mm-hmm.
smart because if you're not careful, people can distract you.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times people don't understand your commitment and your drive to whatever it is you're trying to pursue. So instead of supporting you, they try to distract you. And that's not a good thing. But I always think that people that try to get on your nerves and distract you with their nonsense because they don't understand you, for me, that is great fuel. I turn all of that mess into fuel to keep me motivated, to keep me inspired. It's kind of like the fertilizer. that you had to put down on the ground in order for those pretty roses to come up. That's how I see people like that. Keep you just fertilizing me. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Now watch me bloom. And then when I get on the other side of this, then you're like, oh my God, you did such a wonderful job. When are we gonna go hang out? I'm so happy for you. And I'm like,
All that sass came out of nowhere.
well, you know, I'm from Detroit. Now listen, when it comes down to
I like that mindset, by the way.
well, thank you. Your family life. You said your parents are very supportive. Do you have sisters and brothers? And how do you balance spending quality time with your family? Well, you really have to balance too much and nothing. You didn't have anywhere to go, you know, being quarantined together. So what did you and your family do? How do you balance your family time and your music?
Well, so I'm like the only one at home. So my siblings are not home. My parents, they are home occasionally, but like they work. So you know, when my family does come down for like the holidays or whatever, then we spend time. But other than that, like we have a family group chat. You know, we'll send each other pictures and text each other and whatever. But it's not an issue. Like everybody understands. Everybody in my life understands. Like Seth is doing things, so leave Seth alone.
So your music is your priority.
Yes, 100%.
Your music is your priority. It's your mission. It's your drive. Would you say, Seth, that your music is the core of your, not necessarily the core of who you are. You're more than your music, but you know what I'm trying to say. Like your music is what it's what makes you get up every day to do what you do because you love doing it so much. Am I making sense here?
Well, you are making sense, but I think what gets me up is the desire to be great. That's what gets me up, and that's the first thought in my mind. It's not I want to be great at music. Like music is a tool for me. I am more than my music. Music is where I put all my energy. Like the majority of my energy goes into music. But I am more than my music. I am Seth Witcher, and Seth Witcher is a great person, and that greatness is being revealed to the world. And so that's the thought that comes to my mind. I wake up, I go to do my morning runs. When I'm running in the morning, I listen to motivational like speeches and stuff, and then I'll do my schoolwork because everything is online, or I'll just jump right into music. So
nice. That's a healthy routine to have, and don't leave out that pizza. I know you got to get that pizza in there. I don't know. Burgers. Which one you like better, Seth? Pizza or burgers? Choose which one.
Maybe you misheard me. I don't know. I don't know where you got pizza from. I never said pizza.
College students always eating pizza. That's all I used to eat, either pizza or burgers. So that's why I just thought of pizza. But what do you like more?
I honestly think the thing I eat the most probably have to be like hamburgers or like waffles.
Nice.
Yeah, I make myself waffles and I just eat them. I don't know.
But you know how to cook, huh?
Yeah, I do.
Nice.
I can survive on my own.
Well, good for you. That is important.
Yeah.
Wise and you can cook. Good. That sounds fantastic.
Yeah. Like I truly believe that nobody will do anything for me, so I have to do everything myself. If somebody does something for me, I'm grateful. But yeah, I don't expect it.
When I've spoken with you in the past, one of the things that you've said to me is that one of your intentions is to change the world, to impact the world. How do you intend on doing that with your music? What is your vision? If you can look into the future, what do you see for yourself?
I want people to not only accept themselves, but also think for themselves. And I think that's what my music does. It's not just something that you have in the background that you know, you can't understand the words or whatever. Like you hear the words and they penetrate into your soul. That's what my music is, and it makes you think. Um, and that's how I'm going to change the world, by making people think, and relating, and you know, try to understand why I'm saying what I'm saying, and how it relates to their lives and stuff. And I feel like that's the power of music, especially like my music, because like I can make you think, and you listen to my song, you'll be thinking, and you don't have a choice about it. I made you do that, you know, and that's what it is. That's the goal. That's how I'm going to change the world.
Mm. Do you realize how powerful that is?
I do. Yeah, music is very powerful. Extremely powerful.
Yeah, the fact that you recognize already that you have the power to influence the way someone thinks, because music also stimulates your consciousness, it stimulates your heart, it can also stimulate your body depending on what kind of music you're listening to.
Mm-hmm.
It is very powerful. So you got to be careful. You don't want to misuse it, but then you also want to recognize how powerful you are. So I think that's wonderful. So for this year, what are you looking forward to?
Like, what is a goal?
Like performance-wise, career-wise, what are you looking forward to?
Okay. I'm honestly looking forward to more people hearing my music. That's what I'm looking forward to. That's happening. That's going to happen this year. I just feel like this year is going to be a really big year for me. And I'm just very excited for that. I just want more people to hear my stuff. That's it. And I know, like, with my new music, people won't have a choice. It's just good. It's good music, objectively good music. So it's like it's about time, because like all this time, like I sing and I play guitar, but I also produce, and I've been teaching myself how to produce. I actually intern at a studio, so that's something that's new since we last spoke. I actually work at a studio, so I work next to really great producers, and I'm learning from them how to produce even better music. And my newer music, the stuff that's coming out, like, well, beginning of February, it's very good, and it's going to keep being good. So like everybody's going to hear my music, and I'm very, 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 very excited for that. Performance wise, I know I'm going to be performing all over the place. I already got quite a few gigs booked all the way till like September or whatever. So I'm just excited. I'm very grateful.
I'm excited for you. Now, people can hear your music a couple of different ways. One, they could go to your website, SethWitcherOfficial.com. Yeah?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. And then are you on different platforms like SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes? Can they find you there too?
I'm everywhere you are. You really can't hide from me. So like literally all you have to do is just take my name, Seth Witcher, if you can spell it correctly, and type it into Google, and everything will pop up for you. So it's right there. My name, everything. Pictures of me, music, everything is right there if you type my name in Google.
Do you have a music video that is going to go along with your single?
So we're looking to release a music video with the single. So stay tuned on the more details on that. You know, we're gonna do something really cool with it. So
nice. This is exciting. You know, I mean, because I follow your career behind the scenes. You don't know I'm following you because I'm behind the scenes, but I've been following you. And I am really happy for you. And I agree with you. So let me stand in the grove where we're sitting. Let me sit in agreement with you. And this is going to be a really hot year for you. It really is. And you just got to keep doing what you're doing. I don't see the need to give you any advice other than keep doing what you're doing, because you're on the right track. You can add me to your list of supporters because I really do enjoy your music. But more than your music, I like your personality.
Thank you.
If you had a crappy personality, well, first of all, you wouldn't be on the show. That's one.
Yeah. Yeah.
And because sometimes people kind of like they listen to the music and the music sounds good and everything like that, but the person is like, ooh, really?
Mm.
I think about the person first, then the music. So I think that your spirit and everything that's in you, that light that I keep telling you that you have, when I look in your eyes, I just see something in you. That is what's really going to make people gravitate to you, and they're gonna come to you because of that alone. And then the music is what's going to wrap them up and make it hard for them to walk away. So you just
Wow.
stay true to that and don't let this crazy entertainment industry sidetrack you, to lose sight of that, because as your star gets higher and higher and higher, those outside influences will try to kind of peel away at who you really are,
Mm.
so that they can just form you into something else. I guess I am giving you some advice, but I think you already know that. And I think that if you just stay the course that you're on right now, you are going to get everything that you declare and speak over yourself. Definitely.
Thank you. Wow, you literally just prophesied over me. I appreciate that.
Oh, hey.
Thank you.
I've had people speak positive things into me. I've had people speak negative things into me. I use all of that mess.
Mm.
I use all of it to keep myself motivated. And I love me some inspirational videos and speeches too, child, when I'm working out in the morning, because I had to work out to get ready for this interview.
Mm.
You roll out of the bed and roll on that Pilates mat and get it in, get it done.
That's right.
Tighten it up.
Mm.
I'm a year older now, so I got to keep it tight. So you got to get on that Pilates and do the downward dog and all that other stuff.
Proud of you. That's awesome.
And make you some Southern homemade biscuits. That's how you do it. That's how I start my day.
That's it.
Yes.
That's it. You make chicken and biscuits.
Yes. I'll have to bake you some one day when we can see each other safely. Now listen, this year, my goal is to produce a live show in the Lehigh Valley area. And when I do that, I'm going to call you.
Okay. Now I know.
Yeah, now you know, so just put it in the back of your head that Mahogany's going to contact with me at some point, all right? So hopefully I won't be one of those friends to say that you won't say to me, look, I'm busy, I'm working on my music, I don't have time for this.
Hopefully you catch me at a time I'm not busy, otherwise I'm going to have to say that, sadly.
But we'll work it out either way go. I feel like everything lines up as it should.
Yeah.
And when people are meant to work together and inspire and encourage each other, it just works itself out that way. Now, do you recall that you were on the show last year? And at the very end of the show, you said something to the effect that, when I come out, they're not going to be ready for this. And then I said, oh, really? And then I said, well, a real woman would always be ready. And then you said, oh, yeah. And I said, exactly. And then I said, if we keep this up, we're going to have an after party. And so you and I just kind of were laughing and giggling with one another. And in the back of my mind, I said, you know what? That's actually a good concept. So we're getting ready to have a new segment of my show called Just Be You in the Light. Uh-oh. So you better get ready, because I'm just going to ask you some questions. Now, guess what? I have not written these questions down.
Okay.
They're going to come right off the top of my head, and I want you to answer back quickly. I don't want you to censor yourself or second guess yourself. I just want you to say the first thing that comes to your mind. Some of the questions might be a little serious. Some of them might be a little funny, but just have fun with it, okay? So let's give this a try. All right. Some might be questions, and some might be complete the sentence or complete the statement, okay? Okay. So, number one, love is?
Life.
God is.
Life.
What I think is romantic is.
Roses.
If I were a dessert, I would be a.
Chocolate cake.
Okay. Yes, ladies, did you hear that? Yeah, chocolate cake, honey. Now everybody wants chocolate cake. Yes. Okay. Let's see. My music is
amazing.
The greatest thing that ever happened to me was.
Ooh, D-Funk.
God.
One thing that I would never change about myself is.
My laugh.
The thing that I think is the greatest feature about me is my.
I don't think this, but the first thought came into my mind was my nose.
Nice. When I play my music, I feel
happy.
If I can change one thing about last year, it would be
nothing.
This year, it is my intention to
love.
My favorite kind of food is
macaroni and cheese.
So now these questions are going to be choose one or the other.
Mm-hmm.
Ready? Socks on or socks off?
Socks on.
Lights on or lights off?
Lights off.
Candles or incense?
Candles.
R&B or jazz?
R&B.
I would go deeper, but I think I better stop.
Okay. I mean, it's after dark. That's what this is for.
You know, who you telling? Seth, do you indulge in a cocktail like a glass of wine or a beer or something like that? What's your beverage of choice?
Water. I've obviously had alcohol before. I just don't really like it. It actually tastes like poison. So yeah.
And you know, being a singer, that's not something that you would actually be drinking regularly, maybe a special occasion or something like that. But to protect your voice, it's actually not a good idea to drink heavily or even at all. Would you agree?
Well, I'd agree for myself, but I mean, like a lot of, like, pretty much every singer drinks, smokes, all that. So.
Yeah, that's true. But I'm just thinking, like, in terms of like protecting your vocal cords. Every artist that I know, we pretty much feel the same way. Well, if I'm performing, I'm not drinking, but I'm not performing right now. This is my show. So I'm going to give a toast to you. Yes, I'm going to make a toast to you in advance of your birthday.
Okay.
And I'm also going to make a toast in advance of your song dropping soon. And I already told you that I'm definitely putting it in the atmosphere that you're going to be back on the show. And so we have all these people watching. So if you don't show up, they're going to be like, wait a minute, what happened? So I will work around your schedule if I have to make sure that you're a part of that. Because I think you live in one of the marvelous productions that I intend on doing this year will actually be fire.
I think that's fun. That'd be fun.
Fireworks. So, one last question and I want to let you go.
Okay.
It is about intimacy. I'm curious to ask you this question because you're in a different age bracket than I am. And I love talking to people in different age brackets, whether they're younger than me or older than me, to get an understanding of what they think intimacy is. Seth, what's intimacy?
there's like so many things in that word. I feel like the word I want to give would be too abstract, so I think I'd say patience.
That's true. Because when you're in the process of building an intimate relationship with somebody, it takes a lot of patience to know another person. Do you feel that men have a tendency to shy away from really being truly intimate with a woman?
I don't like blanket statements. I'm not equipped to answer that, but I think some men are not able to be intimate with a woman like they should be. But I think that there's a lot of men out there who would surprise you.
So if you were in charge of Valentine's Day, and you were going to create a romantic scene for Valentine's Day, tell me everything that would be in your romantic setting.
Like if I was gonna take a girl on like a date or something for Valentine's Day.
Sure.
Okay. And you're asking what I would do for like the whole day, like what is the plan, or just like one moment?
So say, for example, you were going to set up something special for Valentine's Day.
Okay.
What would it look like? What would it include? What kind of music would we hear? It better be your music, of course. But
No.
Yeah, how would you set it up?
I'm not that narcissistic.
Oh, really? You wouldn't play your own music? Not even one song?
No. That's horrible.
That's horrible.
Horrible. Okay, so I would. I mean, it really depends on the girl, but I would set up my kitchen table. I set up my dining room table. I put like a really nice tablecloth on it, like red, obviously. I'd get some. Depends on the flowers that the girl likes, but I would get flowers for her, the kind that she told me like months before that she liked, because I take notes. And then I'm feeling a chicken parm, so I think I'd make a chicken parm with like some pesto, so like some spaghetti and pesto. I think I would do that. And if she liked wine, I'd whip that out. I definitely have some wine just because it's just the day to do it, I guess. And then I would get like a chocolate mousse cake, something like that. And then for me, I think the biggest thing is like not only like saying how you feel and stuff like that, but actually like giving her like a letter or something. So I would do that. I would give her a letter like at the table or something like that. Yeah. And as far as music, you'd be surprised. I really don't have like music just playing around in the house. But if I was gonna have music playing in the house, I'd probably put on Stuck on You. Probably put on that song.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, fellas, in case you had no idea what you should do for Valentine's Day, Seth just gave you a great idea. So go ahead and borrow that. If you have no clue what to do, you better do something. If you have a wife or a girlfriend or someone that you're dating, you better do something nice, because we all need love, don't we? And not just on Valentine's Day. Let's just keep it real, okay? Valentine's Day is just something somebody made up. I don't know. You know what I mean? So showing love and affection should be something that we do all year, not just one day out of the year. And it's so beautiful that your birthday is coming up, and I'm going to make sure that I might go live on your birthday, wish you a happy birthday. I may even sing to you. That'd be a treat.
You should sing for me. Yeah. I haven't heard you sing yet. What's going on?
Well, you know what? I will definitely do that. So, ladies and gentlemen, you heard me sing,
now.
And I keep my word.
Do it now.
Do it now. Oh, you want me to sing to you now? Okay, hold on.
Do it now.
An artist must make sure she wets her throat, honey. Okay, hold on. All right, now, ladies and gentlemen, this is an exclusive on Just Be You After Dark. My special guest, Seth Witcher, his birthday is in February. And just in case he's busy working on his music or setting up something romantic for Valentine's Day, he might not be able to hear me do this if I do it live on his birthday. So I'm going to sing to you right now, Seth. Now, this is my take on the happy birthday song, okay? So anybody that's listening, don't even try me. I made this up myself, copyright 2021, all right? So don't even try it, all right? I know, literally, I sing this song to everybody that I love, my friends and my family when it's their birthday. My sister, her birthday just passed. And so when I called her to wish her a happy birthday, I sang this to her. I sang it to my father, God rest his soul. Even though he's not here anymore, his birthday was January the 6th. So I sang it to him. I sing it to my mom, God rest her soul. So this is just my own special version of the happy birthday song. You ready?
I'm ready.
Seth, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. May all your wishes come true. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Seth.
Wow.
Yeah, Marilyn Monroe, eat that, girl.
Yeah. Go ahead, Mahogany. Go ahead. Woo. That was amazing. Thank you. That actually was very, very, very nice.
You are welcome. Happy birthday. Yeah. I'll cut that little part out of the footage and then I'll post that for your birthday. There you go. There you go. You can keep it forever and ever. Seth, thank you so much for being on the show. I really do appreciate it. I'm looking forward to what God has in store for you this year. I'm going to keep you in my thoughts and I'm going to keep following you and supporting you and, you know, occasionally sending you a DM just to keep you motivated and let you know that I'm watching and I'm encouraged by your music. And I really do think that this year and every year after that is going to be amazing for you because you are definitely on the right track. You understand the importance of knowledge. You understand the importance of faith and family, and you are so committed to your craft. And so your craft is going to bless you in return because this is not a hobby for you. This is your life. So happy for you. Thank you so much. Is there anything else you'd like to say to everybody before we sign out? One final word to the fans of the show and your personal fans?
Thank you everyone for watching. You know, I really do appreciate all of you for taking the time to watch this show and hang out with us. You know, this is really special for me. This is a really special moment. So I appreciate you all. Thank you.
Oh, fantastic. Everybody, thank you for tuning in to this special episode of Just Be You After Dark. I hope that you enjoyed this. I hope that it made you feel warm and fuzzy inside because that's what my intention is. My show is positive TV. So if you came here and you're waiting for me to gossip about what's going on with somebody else, you are not going to get that here because I don't have time for that. I'm a mother and I'm a boss, and all I care about is giving a positive platform to other artists so that they can share their talent with the world. I am here to inspire you, to entertain you, and to stimulate you to follow your own dreams. So please share this video, gives it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel and show a sister some love, okay? A sister needs some support, all right? I can't produce for shows live, So I got to do it here in the home studio. Shout out to my family, Dale and DJ. Thank you so much for dealing with me and helping me set up and everything like that. I really appreciate that. Everybody have a beautiful and a safe and a lovely rest of your night. Please keep your mask on when you go out. Wash your hands and cleanse your body when you get home, and take good care of yourself and everybody that's around you. And don't forget what I always say, be blessed and just be you. Seth, thank you so much for being here. I can't wait to see you again.
No problem. Likewise.
All right, happy birthday, beautiful.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Happy birthday to you too.
Oh, well, thank you. Yes,
Hey.
everybody, I'm having a VIP after party after this. So if you want to just get to know me a little bit better and have a private one-on-one with me, you come back and say about 15 minutes, and I'm going to start my after party. And I can't wait to see you. All right, Seth, have a good night. I can't wait to see you in person one day soon, all right? Congratulations on everything. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, everybody, for watching this special episode of Just Be You After Dark. I will be back shortly with my after party. There are some things that I want to talk to you about, and there are some good news that I want to share with you. So come back in about 15 minutes, grab you something to drink, get you a little snack, and honey, let's have my after party because I am still celebrating my birthday. I can't wait to see you when I get back. In the meantime, take good care of yourself, and thank you so much for watching this special episode of Just Be You After Dark.
You never know what to expect when you watch an episode of Just Be You After Dark with Mahogany Reynolds. So be sure to tune in, tell a friend, and let's have some fun. Just Be You After Dark, a show created for the grown and fabulous. Be blessed and just be you.